Hi, this is travel number 2 for Doug. Um, oh God, I forgot where I was. Somebody phoned in, and every time somebody phones in, the damn video quits. Um, so where were we? We're on the plane. We've got the mask on, and the mask is heating the air, and I'm drinking hot water. Um, and I just try to stay really calm. But every time I have to get up and go to the bathroom, I wash my hands when I get into the toilet, and I wash my hands before I sit on the toilet or touch my genitals because you don't know where your hands have been. So and it always fascinates me. People always wash their hands after peeing. I always wash my hands before I go to pee. Um, it's that kind of thing, like follow the virus, follow the radiation. And by the way, whenever I sit down in a seat, I spray it with alcohol or spray it with hand wipe, or I wash it down as much as I can. And you know those little those little packages, you wipe kids' asses, little handy wipes. So I take a thing of handy wipe and I peel back the little thing and I open it up and I pour rubbing alcohol into it so that it's really strong. And then I seal it up, and I tend not to look at those things on the security stuff. And thank you, security guys, and thank you for all this screening, because unfortunately we've worked out a world where we're producing a lot of crazy people, and I need protection from them, and they need protection from their own impulsivity. But anyway, so here you are. You wipe down the seat. You're washing yourself all the time. You take your own. I take my own food because who the hell knows what's been handled and who's made it. But if I made it myself, then I know that these hard-boiled eggs, which other people on the airplane hate smelling, but I don't care. If they don't like it, they'll get the stewardess or the flight attendant to come and take it away from me. And I have celery and peanut butter and jam sandwiches because they last a long time. Don't put any mayo on anything. And so I've got this stack of food, food that I've made. And I'm drinking hot water all the time, as much as I can. And I take lots of vitamin C. And vitamin C and vitamin D3 are my primary, and something called wellness formula. There's another one called Yin Chow. When my friend Jason Zheng was still alive, he was a traditional Chinese medicine doctor. He would get me these a little vial of Chinese made pellets, and he said it had the same effect on your immune system as penicillin. It just kind of knocks off all the bacteria, and that's dangerous because you got to have some good ones, and you want to have phoned ahead and had a friend have food waiting for you, fresh fruit, orange juice, and protein, and fresh fruit that you can peel. And so anyway, back to the eating on an airplane. I take my own. I don't use napkins and paper towels from the bathroom on airplanes and things like that. I take my own. The handy wipes are good, and you'll get used to wiping your ass with a handy wipe soaked in alcohol, and it stings for a bit, but it's small news, small pain. And of course, I take the handy wipes in, and if I have to sit in the toilet, I wash the toilet seat with alcohol handy wipe, and I just make sure that my private parts don't touch anything that I haven't washed, and that can get interesting when it's a bumpy ride, you know. And I phone ahead, and I have people pick me up at the airport, and before I get in their car, I wipe that down. Um, so you got the gist of it. You just have to be awake. It's not a question of being careful. It's a question of being awake. And yesterday I was out getting lessons on how to try to get the water going because we've had to put a lot of chlorine into it, but that's another thing. But the guy who was going to give me this little vial of things to check the amount of chlorine in the tank, uh, he was walking towards me, and I just looked at him and said, 6 feet, you know, and can you wash that thing down, or here, just put it there, and uh, and then I'll wipe it off before I pick it up. It's that kind of stuff. And you know, I'm looking at what I'm figuring is like 50 more weeks, 50 more weeks of being on staycation, because I may have said this before. I've said it a lot today. Um, I'm expecting that a lot of people are going to get sick. A lot of people are going to die. And if I want to stay around, I've got to wait until a vaccine or something, or some remedy for this has been discovered. My friend Victoria, who's a brilliant healer, teacher, visionary, warrior, um, she tells me that she's been studying up, and there's apparently some homeopathic remedies that are working very well in different parts of the world. And she's going to give me the names of them, and yeah, one thing at a time. But you know, anything that you can do, Dougie, to keep yourself really healthy. And eating is really important. You got to keep the food going in more than 3 meals a day, but little, because you don't want to have your body spend a lot of energy digesting a big meal or hard to digest foods. And have a good time. I mean, watch movies, do whatever it takes to get you relaxed. And I'm really happy you know how to meditate, because that's relaxing for your body, you know. Your mind may have to work overtime. And the other thing is, evoke your curiosity and evoke your creativity. And curiosity and creativity are going to really help a lot. And the other big thing is self compassion. If you felt bad about anything you've done in your life, deal with it. Remember, you were doing your best at the time. Maybe it wasn't very good, but that was your best shot. And forgive yourself. It's like, well, I tried. Or, you know, Dumbo, I didn't try hard enough, or whatever, but it's spilt milk. It's done. It's gone. And so self-compassion, and out of self-compassion grows compassion for other people. They're doing their best shot too. And then this field of gratitude can open up. And it's like, ah. And when we're grateful, then more of that good stuff comes at us. Because, you know, when we're just all down in the mouth and grumpy and everything like that, and thinking, well, what else is going to go wrong? Guess what? The universe says, here's more of what can go wrong. Everything you feared, you're going to get. And so it's like every time you have a fear thought, I haven't got any money, you have to say, I haven't got any money yet. Or that not having money is a story that doesn't need to happen. Something will happen. I may not get money, but somebody may give me what I need. And if I don't, I'll learn to get as much as I can to get along without it. And the other thing is to just keep telling your body, wow, are you ever strong? Are you ever healthy? And a lot of people make a big mistake of focusing and only thinking about how they're weak, or how they've got this disease or that disease, or, you know, somebody called them bipolar, or whatever. It's like, out the window. I'm doing great. And that tells your body, it tells your psyche, it tells your everything that, hey, I'm doing okay. And that kind of mental attitude. Who was that guy that wrote that thing about, not Bob Marley, about be happy, all your problems are, no, every little thing will be okay, which is true, by the way. But no, it was somebody who, the power of positive thinking, that guy. He was really onto something. It's true. But it takes discipline. It's not something that just develops like this. I come from a long line of worriers. Oh my God. A long line of grumpiers and complainers and whiners. And so, if you really get in the scared parts, stop and call somebody or tell somebody or find somebody to talk to. And just say, hey, do you want to make some wine? And then you can take turns, 5 minutes. They listen to your wine and you listen to their wine for 5 minutes. It gets funny, actually. So I hope this video has helped you. And I hope for everybody else this has helped. And I hope it's been a little funny and goofy and all that kind of stuff. And please make your videos. I was talking to my friend Jet, who a few days ago, she wanted me to help her kill herself, but I'll make a video about that. But she hung around long enough and started realizing some things like, yeah, she's got it bad, and other people have it bad, and we got to help each other get through the rough spots. And yeah, so hang in and tell your story, make videos. Send me a link to them, please, on, oh God, Kelsey Freeman, my assistant, my partner. It's some email address, Grandpa Ricky something, Gmail, I don't know. And so far we haven't got a website yet, but if when we get a website, there'll be a place to let me know about your videos. And I'm going to go back to watching Netflix. Netflix really helps me just not think about anything else. I'm watching a really neat program about the early history of soccer. And I got to see what it was like in the 1870s, 1880s of a slum in Scotland, where my father was born. And boy, it sure made me appreciate my grandmother and my father. So have fun. Okay, bye.